Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome to this edition of Hot Wheels Mustangs, and it's an exciting episode for me. I have connected HotWheelsMustangs.com to my existing site, so now people can just Google Hot Wheels Mustangs or type in HotWheelsMustangs.com, and it'll go to my site. So that'll help visibility and just connect, the ability to connect to other collectors and enthusiasts and people who may have some information that'll help improve my list. So what we're looking at right here is this is my Weebly site, and Weebly is the software I use to do the web design. But if I type in HotWheelsMustangs.com, it basically defaults and goes to my Weebly site. So it just, when you own the web address, it links to the software. That's how that works. So a little inside scoop on that. I noticed that when I got to, pretty much as I've been cataloging, and that's what I'm doing, cataloging and putting in chronological order as many Hot Wheels Mustangs as I can, I have had cars, a few cars for each year. And as I go through all the way from 1968 all the way up to cars. As I got up to 1997, 96, I had a few there, but as I got to 1997, I discovered that here's the list, and I have none of those cars. And so we're looking at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different varieties of cars here, and 5 different body styles. And so as I've progressed in the website, I've kind of improved the way that I organize each year, and I like how this looks for 1997. You can look at the 5 body styles, and then under each you can see what was available for that year. And I didn't have any, so I made the list. There's 3 65 Mustang convertibles. There are 2 96 Mustang GT convertibles, 1 96 Mustang GT coupe. Now a coupe is a hardtop, and if you ever see the term cabriolet, it also means, it's French for convertible. So there's basically convertibles or coupes. And custom Mustangs 3, and Mustang Cobra 1. So those are all of the types. And so what do? You as a collector, you try to pick some up. And so we'll take a look at a few of the ones that I ordered. So what you do is you get on eBay and you start looking around and see what you can afford, and try to, again, my goal, 1 body style per year. That's the goal. My personal goal, right? I'm not going to go for every single variety, every single car, but I do want 1 example of each body style for each year. And so in this case, in 1997, there are 5, so that means at least 5 cars is what I would like to find. And so let's start with this yellow one, and this is I'm looking at my site as well. So the yellow Mustang is the 4 decades of pony power. No, it's not. That is not the right one. Yellow with black stripes. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at the example here, the site. So there are 2 yellow cars, but this one right here, this is definitely a custom Mustang. Yellow with black stripes, 30th anniversary of 67 Mustang cars set. So that is what the car is. And what's cool is it's got real rider wheels. That means real rubber. And the tires are marked Goodyear. Chrome, custom chrome wheels. And the hood opens, and underneath of it, the hood is painted. Underneath the hood, it's painted flat or matte black. And then the engine is highly detailed, which is a unusual aspect of a Hot Wheels car. So you can see the engine is blue and silver. Even the engine compartment is painted black, including the radiator with a little silver radiator cap. And so good detail on the hood. It's got blackened in hood scoops, and interior is black. Bottom is metal, unpainted. Beautiful car, and in brand new condition. So I purchased it. It came bubble wrapped out of the package like that. Second car, and we're going to do some unwrappings today, which is an exciting thing. And I've mentioned this before, but it drives some collectors crazy. Like, you never want to open a car and take it out of the blister pack, but I do. So this one is the 67 Mustang Convertible, and it is, let's again look at the list. And so in the 65 Mustang Convertible section, there is one that matches this. It's metal flake gold, which means shiny with some metal flake inside the paint. Comes in 5/7 or 3-spoke wheels with white Mustang on the sides and white interior. And so if you look at the wheels closely and you count the chrome spokes, you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be a 5-spoke. And the easier way to count it is to actually look at the little holes in the wheels. A little hard to see here, but I'll take it out of the package. So let's go ahead and unwrap it. So this is a 1997 car that's getting unwrapped for the very first time. And we're just going to pop that blister pack open and take out the car. Throw the blister pack away. This gives us a chance to see the car's beautiful paint job. The shiny Spectrafin gold is real pretty. In this case, compared to the last one, this is what you would expect for a Hot Wheels car. Some overspray under the hood, showing some overspray gold. No detail in the engine. In fact, compared to the other car where the engine looked like an engine, this particular one, has some, it's a different year, it's a different model, so the engine is a little bit different, but just not, and there's detail in there. I mean, you can see, I guess, what would be spark plugs sticking up. There are 8. Well, let me count. Yes, so it's a V8, so there's 8 spark plugs sticking up. And white interior, kind of a smoked windshield, unpainted base. And just the plastic wheels. And so, but the paint job is beautiful, and it's seeing the touch of hands for the very first time since it was in the factory in 1997. And so there's car number 2. So, and it gets better. I've got some better ones to open up. So next up is the Mustang Cobra, and this is like a kind of a crazy pink. And so let's see which car this is. And so we're looking for a metallic pink. So this is the Mustang Cobra, metallic pink with black and yellow side stripes. 5-spoke wheels, Mustang 5.0 on the sides and the hood. Hot Wheels logo on the sides. Opening trunk and hitch, which is quite an unusual thing to be on a Mustang, is a hitch on the back. So nothing super special about the blister pack. Collector number 623. I always thought that they should have numbered every single Hot Wheels car 1 to whatever, and this number would be up in the hundreds of thousands by this point. And so it'd be so much easier, because that there's been more than 623 cars since 1968. So we're going to go ahead and pop this open as well. It's always kind of exciting to see a car for the very first time. And it's been sitting in this blister pack for many, many years. So 97 to 2022. And so, over 25 years. So it is and on the camera it looks very red, but in real life it is definitely a very obnoxious metallic pink. Don't like it very much. It's very light. It feels super cheap. Now I did a little research on this, and I had read that it was made by Corgi, which is a cheap company that was bought out by Mattel, and for a couple years they used some of the molds from Corgi or something, and I don't know why, but this is definitely not the same quality. It feels cheap, and the fact that there's a hitch on the back, it says there's an open. There we go. So it says this opened, and it does. So the hatchback opens. It has a hitch. Just super cheap. So I believe the Corgi thing is true. I wasn't even going to bring it up, but since I opened it and it feels cheaper than a Matchbox. It feels just cheap. But it is packaged as Hot Wheels, and so even though they bought out Corgi, I don't know why they would do that. I think they just used their it's awful. Black plastic base, black interior, but it is listed as a 1997 Hot Wheels Cobra. So, all right. So the grand finale is a special package called 4 Decades of Pony Power, and this came out in 1997. So it's basically talking about 1965, the first Mustang, to 1997, and they're basically celebrating 4 decades, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s of Mustangs. So, and this is something I'm super excited to open. It's in a display pack that you're supposed to not ever open, I guess, but and it looks like the middle car is on like a kind of a shiny chrome spinning disc, and sure enough, right here in the front, you can rotate this car and spin the disc. So you've got a 65 Mustang on the left, convertible. You've got a 67 Mustang, custom Mustang in the middle, and you've got the 96 Mustang GT in purple on the side. So let's tear this bad boy open. So trying to find the, I'm going to throw this away anyway. Sorry, collectors. So just trying to find without going crazy. I mean, I'm not keeping it, so it doesn't matter to me. So I'm going to open this thing up and pull it out on the tray. And then we'll take a look at the tray first. Raw. Okay. All right, so here's the chrome. It's got like a running horse logo, a little hard to see, all along the back wall, which is just in a Hot Wheels offer. Ooh. Okay. Please remove and discard the clear elastic band located in the hood of your collectible vehicle. And this was listed as an adult collectible, not a toy. So I'm going to go ahead and toss the chrome background, leaving us with the display. And I think there's maybe some, oh, that's interesting. That's like some kind of a rubber band, but it's so old it fell apart just to my touch. So I don't know, maybe it was keeping the hood open, but boy, it just fell apart. Again, 25 years. And so let's see what we got underneath of here. The spinning tray, and then just looks like the other cars are kind of just little twist ties. I hate to put that on top. I shouldn't be doing that. Put it on top of the car. I don't want to scratch the paint if I can help it. So, something like this in the box goes for something like $50 or $60, and these cars out are worth, I don't know, less than that. But I don't care. So, all right, we got some more of these twist ties here that are around the base of the car. And so let's take a look real quick at the information on the cars as I take these annoying zip ties off. And so this is another, the yellow one here is another yellow. And so yellow 65 Mustang Convertible. And on the list is the yellow 4 decades of pony power, Ford on the hood, Real Rider deep dish wheels and tires. And so let's see what that means here. So when it says real rider, that always means real rubber. So that's cool because the tires are made out of rubber instead of plastic. Chrome unpainted base, black interior. What's interesting here is you can see I'm not sure, the dashboard looks like it's got something on it, like a shiny coat, but I can't really tell. But you can see through the base to like the chrome. You can see through the armrest where the armrest should be, and it's like a chrome hole in the floor. That's not great. That's like an oversight. I don't know. That's a poor design. That is not. You should not see the floor between the wheels. So that's for such a collectible thing. But we've got like a gas cap on the back and actual red plastic taillights. We've got a license plate on the back, and on the hood. When it said Ford on the hood, it means right here. You can't see it, but where my finger is, it just has the letters F-O-R-D, and most Mustangs had those. They're chrome letters mounted there. Engine, similar to the other one that I had, the gold one here, but instead of just being unpainted, this one being a collectible has been painted. So, and the hood, underneath the hood has been painted, and the engine compartment and the engine. So just a little bit more detail, plus the rubber tires. And so that one's pretty cool, and it looks like the same color as the other one. Really close, maybe a little bit lighter. All right, so let's take, I'm saving the 67 for last. Let's go, no, let's do the green one next. That's fine, but I'm not really sure how it comes off. It's, I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, I think that's gonna get destroyed. There we go. All right, so that's the 67 Mustang on the now broken turntable, although the chrome I guess I could keep. I won't. And so zip ties on the back. We're going to, those zip ties are really small. We're going to take some scissors and cut them much faster, and that car will come off of the turntable for the first time in 25 years. We'll take those off and that off, and let's take a look at this. I'm going to be a little bit delicate. I don't want to bend axles or anything, and so let's take a look at the information on that car. And this one is a custom Mustang, so we look at the custom Mustang section, and we have green with white stripes, which I just had to check that, but yes. Black interior, white seats, 4 decades of pony power. So that's kind of unusual. The fact that the interior is actually black. The dashboard's black, the steering wheel's black. Behind the seats are black, but the seats, and the floor is black, but the seats are actually white. That's something I've never seen before. Lettering on the tail that says Mustang, lettering on the hood that says Ford. It's got door handles and that white stripe on the side, the Goodyear tires with the deep dish chrome and the real rubber chrome unpainted chassis. And let's take a look at the engine compartment. It is kind of the same as before, except with the custom Mustang engine. It is, God, I bet it's the same as the yellow one. We'll take a look side by side. It is exactly the same, but instead of black, flat black under the hood, it's green. And they have not put a little dot of silver on the radiator cap, whereas the yellow one did. So other than that, it looks identical. Why they chose not to do a little dab of silver there, I don't know, but other than that, really pretty car, and super excited that, these are all brand new. Never played with, never, not scratched up. And so I don't get those very often. And when I do, pretty exciting. And so this was an expensive year for me. All these were about $100, and I can't do that every day. So, but I went from no 1997 Hot Wheels Mustangs to what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's only 5 body styles, and so I'm getting 1 extra by buying that 3-pack, that special 3-pack that I'm opening now. I got an extra one, so I'll be good for 1997. Now I hope moving forward, I'm gonna have a whole shelf full of Mustangs, but I don't know what year they are, so the whole process is pretty exciting for me, because as I do each year, I really don't know what I have, and the research is part of the fun, because the first thing I do is see what I should have, or what was available anyway, and then look up the ones that I would want, and then go look at the prices and see if it's something I could even afford. So I am going from oldest to newest, and so I'm assuming they will get cheaper as I go. That was the whole reason I did that. Instead of going from 2022 backwards, I started in 1968, and moving forward, which is a logical way to do this. All right, let's look at the information for this last car in my 1997 collection. This, by looking at it, we know it's a purple 96 Mustang GT Coupe. It's a hardtop. White interior with black dashboard, white and black 1996 on the rear license plate. PC6, which is Pro Circuit 6-spoke wheels. It was in the 4 decades of Pony Power set, which we know because we just opened it. And so let's see if that's all true. And so these wheels are really pretty. I always feel the bottom and see if I can scratch real rubber. These don't feel like real rubber. These feel very plasticky. And so let me go back and just double check that. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about real rubber tires, but yeah. So no, they're just plastic wheels. But really cool looking chrome, really shiny, and the hood does not open on this model, and that's unusual. For a while, a lot of these cars, the hoods were opening. So the interior is, again, fairly detailed with white interior with some highlights of black. So the black dash, black behind the seats. That's unique. It's very unique. Haven't seen that before either. Painted headlights that are silver with your blinker side lights there. And on the back, really detailed rear end with brake lights and a license plate. So, and chrome, is it metal? Yeah, metal chrome. I love metal, not plastic. Not the Corgi plastic. That was awful. But real metal, unpainted bottom. And so this is the 96, is that right? 96 Mustang GT Coupe. So let's bring them all out. There's the collection for 1997. And next thing I need to do is add those to my website. So I take pictures of them, and then that's how I categorize and collect. And then also on my end, on my shelf, I put them in plastic little collector bins, and I write the year on the bottom before I put them on the shelf. That way I can keep track of which cars I have cataloged and go from there. So there's my update in 1997 Hot Wheels Mustangs. Hope you enjoyed seeing those opened for the first time since 1997. I had a fun time doing it. For now, Mr. Johns is out.